The question today from the comment section, this one says, do I need to enter first travel to Canada for study in travel history? And this is in regards to the Canada PR application. So essentially it's asking, if you first came to Canada as a student, do you need to include that trip in your IRCC travel history? So under travel history, let's read, it says, provide details of any trips that you have taken outside your country of origin or of residence in the last 10 years. Or since your 18th birthday, if that was less than 10 years ago. It says here, include all trips that be in tourism, business, training, etc. You can tell us about each trip by filling in the fields. All right? Notice the operative words, any trips, all, include everything. Okay? So my short answer to you, based on what I have done, is yes. When IRCC asks for your travel history, they generally want the details of the trips that you have taken outside your country of origin or your country of residence during the period that they're asking about. Now, if you are living in X country and you travel to Canada to begin your studies, that trip should normally be included in your travel history because it was a trip outside your country of residence at the time. You should also include in any subsequent trips, such as returning to that country for vacation, whatever the reason, and then if you return back to Canada, all, okay? Don't leave anything out. You might search other forums and you might also find other persons saying that, no, you do not need to include your travel to Canada in the travel section of your Canada PR or your Express Entry application, because once you move to Canada to study, then Canada became your country of residence. Therefore, your initial flight to Canada to start your studies is not considered a trip outside of your country of residence. Now, you might see that when you are completing any IRCC application, if you are unsure whether a trip should be included, it is usually better to disclose it than to leave it out. IRCC is looking for a complete travel history, and being transparent helps to avoid unnecessary questions later on. Okay, so yes, include it. It won't hurt if you include your first trip to Canada. If that was from your origin country to study, it is always the best option to include that. This is the official guidance, the supplementary information, your travels, and it says list all. No, that's not ambiguous, that is much clarity. It says list all trips that you have taken outside your country of origin or of residence in the last 10 years. So it's not ambiguous. This is pretty straightforward. It says here, if you did not travel outside your country during this period, select did not travel. And it needs to say your country, okay? So that will not hurt in order for you to include it on your application. Even without a formal misrepresentation, finding an incomplete or inconsistent travel history causes processing delays, and that's just not my opinion alone, but that's just the fact. IRCC may issue, and the operative word is may. It depends on the officer. They may issue a procedural fairness letter asking you to explain discrepancies between your declared travel and their records, because remember, IRCC will be able to garner all of the details that you're supposed to disclose as it relates to your traveling. Responding to a PFL requires reconstructing your travel history from scratch through all the passports, bank records, airline booking histories, and employer letters. It's a stressful, time-consuming, and often incomplete process. and you don't want your application to be flagged for any type of travel discrepancies, because that can really cause your application to sit in processing for months longer than standard timelines, while IRCC reviews the inconsistencies. So in order for you to avoid all of that, disclose it. It won't hurt to disclose if your first travel was just to Canada. It will not hurt at all, and so it's a resounding yes for me. Where disclosing your travel details is concerned. As always, this is general information. This is based on my understanding of the immigration process. You can always do your review, and you can always take whatever counsel you prefer, do your own research, that's okay. Important tip though, make absolutely sure the dates that you enter or exit Canada for vacations, log in the travel history, perfectly align with the timelines and the gaps that you show in your personal history and address history. Any discrepancies here, that can cause processing delays, and that's just me iterating what I have just said. If you found this helpful, as usual, please feel free to like it, share, subscribe to my channel, My Canada Move, for more information. And for those who ask a question I have not yet answered, you can stay tuned. I am going through the comment section and answering the questions one by one.